Okay. What's going on here? I didn't play that. Who's doing this? I didn't know that. Dang it. Oh, stupid thing. Come on. Come on, not playing somebody else's dang phone decides to go off and do something else. I had all the apps closed except for Zoom. YouTube had to go popping on there. Gosh. It wasn't on share screen, I don't think. Probably heard other video playing. Oh, let me get my link out of there. Put it in the chat. Been hanging out, talked to a couple of friends that I've known for 40 years, probably, for 42 years. Way back. So, yeah, 80, one of my buddies, 82 years old, the other one's 75. They've been, go way back. Hot rod days. Oh, see what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. It's on mute. Good. I'm getting into the chat so I can paste the link. Hey, Rick. Okay, pop out. And Zoom. And back. And I'm good. Now I can see the chat. And the video. My Google Earth crashed on my computer, so it's like locking up the screen for it. It won't close. It won't do anything. It won't close. I think someone was hacked into my Google Earth and screwed it up, and so it don't work. I gotta shut the computer off and back on to get it to work. So, hola, amigo. Rick Rack. Jack is Jackie Jack. I put that, I had a different flag in here the other day. This is one off my flagpole, and I put the bigger one that I had in here out there. But, oh, there we go. Ricky's here. And look, he got a double blazes shirt. What's up, Rick? Oh, we can't hear you yet. You got to get your audio going.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're back on.
Yeah. Yeah, the double blazing shirts.
Unity. That's what I see. Unity.
Yeah. It's the alpha, the omega, the beginning and the end, the male and the female, the candle burning at both ends.
That's right. Got to burn the candle at both ends.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah. And everybody look at the omegas. Oh, omegas. Okay. But you can't have omegas without alphas.
Yeah, you got to have both.
Without the alpha, you can't have an omega.
Can't live in that.
What are we looking for? The alphas, the missing alphas.
Well, I did find it interesting, like I said, that no matter how much I go away from this chase and come back to it, it still makes me realize that the guy who set it all up was a pretty amazing guy. And it's weird, you know, I lost my father during this last couple of years and last year and 2019. And it's strange because, you know, I kind of even talked to him about this this whole chase, and he was interested in it as well. I don't know. There's not a lot of people who I still associate with besides that are still into it. But they said, you're still there, man. You still live in the same valley, so it's obvious that sooner or later you'll come around to finding it.
Yeah. No, this is supposed to be a magical valley.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Now I've looked up so much stuff in that valley. There's cryptic signs. I mean, that one area has so many different values for so many different people, and even said, hey, there's people that live there that actually know them, you know, that can help you. Oddly enough, there's very few people that I'd known that were in that same valley.
People know. So, you know, this one guy told me, he said, they built these hills. These hills are man-made. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know. Exactly.
Somebody put their hand in there.
I'm finding all kinds of evidence of that.
Yeah.
The hand sculpted and everything. Even my little logo with this, that's an upside down omega, you know?
Yep. You know, and like I was talking about it when we were having conversations trying to figure out what the alpha and omega set meant. I went through everything it could be from ground level materials.
I found
as above, down below.
Yeah. Yeah. As above, so below. The alpha and omega and the male, female, the positive, negative, and all that shit. It's a spiritual thing.
Well, I think it was kind of a stretch for knowledge. I feel like almost everything I did during that time, and I'm still thirst for knowledge. I'm a life learner, so I mean, pretty much I'm going to continue to look at and find treasure my whole life.
And the flutterby is the metamorphosis, the awakening, the opening of the third eye, and all that. You know, becoming aware of what you really are, and not what they told you were.
This is true. No one can tell you the secret. You have to find out for yourself.
It's like my title in the video here was how did Forrest Fenn row his boat without a paddle? row your boat gently down the stream, merrily, merrily, merrily. Life is but a dream.
Amen.
Yeah. And so where are you gonna drift? Where are you gonna take your boat?
Hell, if I'm gonna take a boat ride anywhere in that valley, I would say I'd probably go right down the middle of the Rio Grande and just take it and see how far it goes.
The Rio Grande's right over there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's about 6 miles that way.
If you're going to walk down any of the gullies and areas that, you know, in that valley, and there once again, I even found a ghost mine that's located right along the edge there. I mean, there's so many mines in that area. It's kind of amazing at how many people, you know, came to New Mexico and across, and we're all looking for gold and, you know, whatnot.
I'd like to, you know, I've got pictures. I found stuffs in the rocks and stuff, but I want to find some of the caves and things like that more. And really, you need like a FLIR camera so you can see where the wet spot is. You know what I mean?
The warm spot.
Yeah, the warm spot. Like in winter, you go look at it, and when a low pressure system comes in, then the high pressure that's inside the cave will vent out, and the FLIR camera will see the warm air coming out of the cave.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised. That's that's why I still, there's many places in that area that you guys have looked, and I'm surprised you haven't found any of those what is it, drip pots, where they
Yeah.
actually collected water in those areas, and they've been there forever.
Oh, there's little holes in the tops along the top of
Yeah.
the cliff. There's holes that hold water.
Yep.
I took my dog out there, and it's like there's no water anywhere, and he come back all fucking muddy.
Jack,
Just when you're ready to
Jack
get
goes
back in
running,
the car.
and
Oh, thanks,
comes
man.
back dirty. News at 10.
It gives me another invention idea. I get a couple
Yeah.
inventions for dogs, for pets.
It's a cleaning invention, or just a keeping your dog clean invention.
Well, one is for keeping your car clean with your dog in it.
Yeah.
And the other so your dog doesn't chase you down the driveway when you leave.
How do you keep your dog from chasing you down the driveway?
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Stay.
Yeah, no, it's pretty simple. It's a pretty simple device.
Oh yeah. See?
Yeah.
And you know what? Once it's patented, that's the easy part.
Yeah.
The hard part is keeping anybody from recreating it over and over and over and mass selling it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anybody can get away
it doesn't even need batteries.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what are these? Okay. So it's got 2 screen sets. Oh, okay.
Gin, which was
No, like I said, I
I
haven't really read through any of the books in a while, but I really do appreciate the fact that, for the past 5 years, I was following it, probably 7, closer to, once I first started looking into it. And now I'm kind of bummed that it ended the way it did, because the Jack Stoof thing, they threw that in there, and it was kind of like, what a dead end, what a horrible ending to what a great story it was, instead of making it something that could have been, hey, we could have actually figured out a lot of the stuff in the chase if we would have been given the opportunity to find out what the clues were originally made and why they were. And I'm sure that somebody would have written a book on all those. And I'm sure if Jack Stoof thinks he's so good, he's going to go ahead and write that. But I was really appreciative of the fact that his family kind of stuck to the rules and stayed with it. But God only knows what happened after he passed.
There are college students all over the country doing their thesis on what Forrest Fenn did to searchers.
Yeah. Well, I can say it was a good thing. I mean, like I said, I learned a lot, and I spent more time looking at maps and following contour maps and trying to figure out ciphers. And I mean, literally not doing anything more than just trying to figure out where a good starting point would be, and using all of the history that he had. I mean, the Cody Museum, all the stuff that came before that, and all of the New Mexico information, and I mean, just movie sets. I mean, I went through artistic areas of the United States. I went through places in New Mexico that had artwork within it, that were places that you would go to. God damn, there's a lot of flies out here. That's it. The insect killer's going.
Yeah. I got my weapon right here.
Weapons of mass destruction against me.
Weapons of zap destruction.
Damn maggots. Why? I lit some incense out here, just try to keep them. But they kind of go away after a few minutes if you put some of this out.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking of getting a couple of metal rods and putting 120 volts on it right where the mice climb through.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, if you put 120 volts, and all you really have to do is go stick a whole bunch of in the holes that are there, just go stick a whole bunch of 4-aught, and that will
Yeah.
usually keep them from chewing through it.
Uh-huh.
Steel wool.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I got steel wool. But I don't know where they're getting in though.
Yeah, I've used that in so many different cabinets and locations to try to keep animals out.
They should build the RV like anywhere they put a hole, put chainmail over it before they steal it.
Yeah.
They can't come through. I had a bus and a rat chewed through the rubber boot for the gear shift to
Oh
get
wow.
inside.
You know, I'm surprised you don't have an SDR setup out there. You've got yourself up with a full radio, CB, amplifier.
Oh,
I know,
I
I
have
know
an
somebody.
FM transmitter.
I know, I know somebody that's got some of that
I have a
that
7
can get
watt
you up.
FM transmitter.
Oh, there you go.
It'll go like 8 miles.
Yeah. Well, you can hit any repeater around there too.
Yeah.
So, see, this is the best part. You're online, and the really truth is, you're in the middle of nowhere, man. I was
Yeah.
really surprised at how far away from everything you are, and that's
Yeah.
really kind of cool that you have good service where you're at, enough to be able to run live video.
Well, one town's 13 miles west and the other one's 8 miles to the east.
Right.
But there are towers along the highway. So I'm getting it off of one of the towers at 3 miles away by the highway.
Yeah, you don't really have bad latency. It always looks good. Your
Yeah.
video is always solid, man. At least 90% of the time.
Well, yeah, I think the CIA makes sure I got a good connection and nobody.
They keep you busy.
Yeah.
I certainly feel that way too.
Yeah, they're out there protecting me. Yeah, you see the prairie dogs on the side of the road with the little AK-47s. You know.
I'm getting my squirrel army together in revolt.
Yeah.
We've got a ton of them here. My tree just has always. It seems like I've got tons of them here. Big old maple.
Then get another.
Nice, man.
So if you say you know which one am I wearing? I got a few of them.
So I mean, when you get right down to it, the conversation you had with Forrest and so long ago, does it still fit within your mind of exactly what kind of a person he is, and the fact that you get to actually have a down to earth conversation with him? Because it's tough to even get to talk with him the way things were, and then now, of course you can't. But do you look back on any of that time of an interview, at least having a few minutes with him?
I knew I was onto something when he treats you like you're his father questioning him. And he's trying to hide something. He acts like a little kid trying to hide something.
Well, I went to Temple,
think
Texas.
of it as the parent. He's the child. You're the parent when you talk to him.
Is that interesting? That is kind of funny.
I got to say, what his father didn't know. If his father knew this, but he didn't know,
Yeah.
on cloud somewhere, busy lighting candles, some of them at both ends.
Well, I mean,
if he only knew what I
town.
was up to. If he only knew.
Did you ever look at the house he had in Temple, Texas?
Well, they were just shacks back then,
Yeah. Well, the house that he's in, that he was living in, the same house is there. It has a conformed, like a roll top front door, like it has an archway front door on it, and it's 2 blocks off of the it's 2 blocks off from the in the middle of Temple, Texas, from the cemetery there, and then it's like a block and a half down to where the pie shop is. Corey's always talking about.
I have a friend that lives there who's going to go get a picture of Skippy's grave if he has one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think we've seen a picture. I've seen a picture of his father's grave. I haven't seen a picture of Skippy's.
I mean, I was on the website and I would check updates every day when he would send out stuff. And then when he was doing those videos when Forrest was doing videos of the different material that you put, that he said that it's cinnamon and curry, and he was talking about how he got the idea for the brass urns that he was building, the little jars, that he
Yeah.
used that idea from those devices, so that he was actually using the same size. And I've seen,
yeah.
what was it? I watched Josh Gates. What was it? Josh Gates was on the other night, and I went back like 4 or 5 years when he was on, and he actually did an interview with him, with Forrest Fenn, and went to his house and showed up on a motorcycle. And then when they passed over, it showed the picture of all of his canobic jars that he had. God only knows if he was going to put his old guts and everything into them. We'll find him over a period of time. That's probably how they're buried.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like the Egyptians.
I was telling Fred I had an idea for this like parody movie horror film, you know, where it's the same type of treasure hunt, except that the person that wrote the treasure hunt was a serial killer, and the clues lead you to where he hid the bodies.
My rule is never let anybody show you where the hole is. They says, like he always seemed to say, he would say, "Hey, if I told you, then 2 people would know. I'd have to kill you," kind of thing.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think he was a high-level member of the intelligence committee. Let's just say.
Well,
I find it interesting that he was, a person who was trustworthy enough to carry an atomic bomb.
We haven't heard much from Q since he left us.
Makes you wonder, right? I just keep guessing. I just keep asking the same questions over and over. The same ones he'd ask, where's the right starting place? And no matter what, I'm almost certain that's the right town. I feel more certain every time, and it's not from other bias. It's from my own investigation. I find information about his family. I find information about the grants of that valley. I find information about what, almost everything leads me to that he found something. And this is my thoughts, is that he found a grant to that land that's there. And that land is pretty sacred, because I don't think very many people own it. And it's all been given to the individuals in that area. There's like several grants in that area. That whole town is a grant from the Spanish.
I think the poem led to El Dorado.
That's right. That's right. El Dorado.
Yeah, the city of gold, up here in Colorado.
The city of gold, golden
The
Colorado.
lost city of El Dorado. I found it.
Yep. Hey, man, anytime you go up in those hills and you find something that nobody else has seen or probably never stood in a million years, then you found a treasure every single time.
Yeah.
It's good getting out.
Somebody, because I've seen, after I've been looking over spots, I see people starting to notice what I've noticed.
What's that?
They're starting to notice, and they're, looking at the rocks, like, holy shit.
He may have had his favorite area has been somewhere right along the low side of one of those valley edges. And I still seriously think that for many years, I was like, if I get there, man, I'm going. I'm definitely going to go to the Great Desert, one of those areas. I spent hours on maps looking. Crazy, huh?
Well,
I wish I'd put
if you
my
look
feet
on
down.
the map, there's nothing that says this is a desert. This is the San Luis Valley. It's the biggest watershed in the country.
It's where warm waters halt.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much where you start. And once you're there, it's not a big walk, because that little town is the whole place, one of the largest cisterns that goes down more than 50,000 feet under the ground, 27,000 from what I could tell, from what falls off of the hill, and then deeper than that, you actually have the white rock that goes very deep.
It's 7,650 feet here.
No, I mean just the depth
Yeah.
of the whole area of that valley, right? It's got a white rock material that's like a sponge for water.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because of the La Garita caldera, it was like 4 times bigger than the Yellowstone caldera. Giant volcano. There was lots of ash from that.
There was the big connection where I always said, he said, yes, I love Yellowstone. Well, what was Yellowstone created from? A volcano. What was that valley you're in created from?
Yeah,
a volcano.
It's a caldera.
Yes.
It's a caldera. It's an old caldera.
Seeing that
Mount Blanca behind me is an extinct volcano.
Yep. Yeah, I spent more time doing that. I wish we'd done this long ago, but like I said, I think what went down that path, looked through most of what was the Great Desert, and spent a good portion of the time looking. I still want to take the trip down, and from there, I still think it's less than 4 hours from where he lives that he could have went down, watched his wife would have been watching a show, and he drives down and comes back, and she didn't even know he was gone. Peggy would have not known.
The Jamie drawing, I left at 7 o'clock in the morning from my search area. I was at the drawing at 10 o'clock in the morning in Santa Fe, and I left at sunset, and I was back in my search area at 10 o'clock that night.
Yeah, you've done that. That's why I said it doesn't.
8 hours in Santa Fe.
It's not unusual. Yeah, it's a round tripper, but I mean, still, that's.
You can easily go from here to Santa Fe and back in a day.
Yeah,
it's 3 hours each way. That's only 6 hours.
And it's not a dangerous place.
Yeah,
it's not a dangerous place. You always say that it's not a dangerous place.
Where the Buffalo Cowboy car was, there was a road in like 1920. There was a road, but now there are trees growing where the road was, and you have to ford the river to get there. And the car was on the right, the springs were on the left.
Is it in the eastern part of that valley? I take that back. The western part of that valley.
The San Juan Mountains.
The San Juan Mountains. That's what I was figuring.
There is stuff all the way, all over the place, though. But most of it going over the pass and stuff.
We got some amazing stuff we saw. I mean, like I said, I've seen from the videos that you've had, I got a lot of ideas from the middle of Main Street all the way through that middle of that town. I've really spent a lot of time. Individuals who owns the shops, who owns where, and what. Walking down the middle of that road is like the center of that town is my walk. I don't honestly believe if I was in the middle of that town.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I thought it would have been like in a well, like a small well, and sitting there floating, and it went down and up over time. It's the only place you could go and make sure that it was always going to be there.
Yeah, all over where they got the rivers, they'll divert water out of the river at a certain elevation and have the water go along a canal on the side of the hill. And so have what they call a water gate that they let the water into these canals from.
Yeah, remember when you walk that area along the train tracks?
It's like an Eric Stone contraption, with the screw and the crank handle, and it lifts the gate.
Yeah,
but
you had to bring water.
An old water gate thing with the wheel that you turn the wheel and the chain wraps around the bar and pulls the gate up.
That's where you had somebody who was who had a carrot hanging in front of a donkey and let him go around in circles, lifting the gate, lifting water up.
Yeah, that was easy to do by hand. Just roll that wheel. And it was like a wheel off a cart. Oh, just you put a wheel from a cart on there and wheel. Yeah. Little Rock found a city of gold. Oh, no city, no gold on Little Rock.
No, there's a lot of gold up here, but it's all flower gold.
I'm trying to find the tunnels and the underground shit with the gold hidden in there now. You know, I get tired of taking a lot of pictures of everything, and I know where a lot of stuff is, but there's a lot of stuff I haven't found yet.
Yeah, there's a lot to go out there and spend a lot of time on the ground. Although there's a lot of ticks out there too. a lot of hot days that come and bite you. You wander around out there in the fields too much.
Well, if I had the treasure, I could have a 4-wheel drive vehicle that I could get deeper in to get more stuff. You know.
Yeah. I hadn't really ever
my
ridden
car only goes so far on some of these roads, and I go. People go, how the hell did he get that in here?
Yeah, well, up near Donley and some of the areas up the hill here, they have quite a bit of areas. I took a 20-mile drive up to the top of one of those where the airplanes have their homing beacon off the top. And it was quite a run, but I'd never really driven one of these 4-wheelers up there. And it was a side-by-side, man.
Little Rock's trying to set the GPS on his cruise missile. Yeah. I just put my bigger flag up. This 3-foot by 5-foot flag.
Nice.
Yeah.
U.S. flag? What are you flying?
Yeah, my American flag out there, like this one behind me, except this one's the smaller one. It's like a 2x3.
Well, I made a little outside place so I could have a little cover, some lights, a little rooftop, little area I could kick back, and then like a front cover, a little place we could sit here.
Yeah.
Watch TV. It's not a bad space, but it's a little couple of these 8-foot units on the ground made 2 little patio pads so I could sit out here and relax in front.
Yeah.
I know, man. You pretty much make everything that you have, huh? Are you still using?
Just all along the last couple months, my RVs go crunch, 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 and I know it's the hydraulic jacks losing their pressure in them, and my eggs been sliding out. Today, I put some transmission fluid in the hydraulic lift thing, and that's what you put in there, transmission fluid, and got it leveled. And my eggs, I put them on the skillet, and they right where they're supposed to be. Didn't try to slide anywhere across the skillet.
You get whole moons, not half moons, with your eggs in the pan.
Yeah,
you're not making omelets.
Yeah, well, nice. I just put one of them large griddles across the whole front of the stove, and just use the one burner in the middle, and I cook my breakfast on there.
Right on.
It's easier to keep. It's easier to clean.
Yeah.
And like if I make spaghetti or something, Jack's my dishwasher. He pre-cleans everything.
He does all the work.
He cleans the pots and pans, and he does a good job.
Put them right back in.
Yeah, it's like gets all the major, and it saves you water.
You don't have to worry about
all you gotta do is wet towel it, and sometimes towel, dry it, and then alcohol.
There you
rubbing alcohol, clean, give it a sterilization with alcohol before I cook with it again.
Hell, wiping it down with water does more for bacteria than almost anything. You don't really need any major bacteria wise. As long as you're wiping it down and taking off the filth, you're pretty much clean. And if your dogs actually lick it, they probably got cleaner mouths than we do.
No. He finds something the coyotes killed. No,
you don't want that.
Don't breathe it. Yeah. Don't lick my face. I let him lick my ear. I don't let him lick my face.
So it's got to be alcohol. Okay, that means alcohol.
I don't know what coyote he's been with.
They're out here. The other night, my dachshund runs out in the backyard, starts yapping, screaming at the top of his lungs. You can hear him. And so I go out there and I listen, and he's making noise and yapping, and then he waits and listens, and he hears him yap back, and he's like, "That was so exciting." He thought
Yeah.
that was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, even lunch meats. I heat up the griddle,
Yeah.
and throw lunch meat on there, and cook my lunch meat a little before I put it on a sandwich. Just to kill anything that might be on there.
The blue
Just make
plate
sure
special.
everything's dead on that thing first.
Any roadkill definitely has
Yeah.
to go on the fryer.
Yeah, I'm seeing a light way up in the. It's neat when you see a light way up in the mountain. Is somebody driving down it or what?
Off Mount Blanca?
No, that's over in the San Juan Mountains. It's,
on the San Juan side.
yeah, those lights are.
You're looking out eastward. I got you.
Those lights are 25, 30 miles away.
Yeah, still that's pretty good distance to be able to see light. So that's pretty dark in that valley. You probably get one of the best nighttime astronomy looks. Oh, buddy.
Yeah, I got the camera to zoom in and see what the fuck it is too. People who are out here at the intersection that's like a quarter mile away, just sitting there where I could, it's like they got a straight view straight inside the front of my RV. I don't have any curtain in the front,
Right.
And I got my camera taking their picture at the same time.
Yeah, I think we had this conversation. Didn't we talk about the fact that there's an outlook at the top of that hill in the San Juans that points into the valley, and it actually has like it sets with the Trinity site where the Trinity site was at, and it actually lines up with that valley on the opposite side from where the atomic bomb went off or something. So they actually had like a point, a reference that when that light was up, you can see it in that valley. That was how big the nuclear explosion was.
Oh, they were measuring it from here?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Weird.
My crazy cats.
Yeah, that first cow mutilation was here too. And it wasn't a cow, it was a horse.
No, it was a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his name was pretty close to Skippy.
Everybody wants to go to Skippy's spot there. That was the what was it, the place in the mountains right there by the roll off, apparently, where he and his brother went fishing a lot. Or is that kind of the one area that was what the hell's the name of that? It's Yosemite has its own like falls area, but it was created during the earthquake. That's how I ended up in that fucking valley, using that pipe, that whole idea behind the peace pipe that he had, and the frequency that he was, the infinity frequency. I was like, dude, that's gotta mean that it went underground.
Yeah. Yeah. And when Forrest was talking about the bomb, he was talking about the A bomb, the Alpha bomb, the A bomb, the Model A, the bullet. The bullet is the bomb.
The bullet is the bomb, man.
The bullet is the bomb. And a bomb is a bullet, right? It's just a bigger bullet, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was kind of funny when you see all the stuff that comes along with him being in the service and the area that he was at, and that he fought and then survived in that area. And so I wanted to see that karst. I wanted to see that location. And I kind of looked up in Stars and Stripes. He had a whole magazine article about, and that he, from the day he died, he said he was going to send a card, Christmas card to the Jolly Greens for getting him out, because they had laid down something like 600 or 700 feet of line to get him out of that area, because he was on a hillside up against the side of the karst, and there was no way to get him there. So they had to run out line and then pick it up and get it to where they were above the karst and drop in, because he was so close to the bottom of the hill. It's just interesting, some of the things that we all picked up on the chase. Like I said, I know somebody that went up to a place in Colorado or in Montana, that drove up to a little tiny lake and walked all the way through the middle, got his rowboat, rowed all the way across the lake, went up through the valley, climbed up to the top area just so he could find, because he had seen on Google Maps that star pattern set of trees that had fallen, and then in the picture there was actually like something hanging there, and he wanted to know for sure if that wasn't the place. And he said he walked up that valley and it was like so steep and water was so jagged, he said he didn't make it up to the top, but it could have taken him 2 or 3 hours to get up there to the top end. He said it just got too dark and too far up the hill to follow that waterway all the way up the hill. But he goes, when you get up there, you can see, and he showed me the spot. And I was like, well, yeah, that's a pretty good spot. I said, well, what makes that so special? Tell me where in the book that you're actually looking for. And so we go over actually where his ideals were, where he got his concept from. And so it was pretty interesting. Like I said, I had some ideals to bounce off of people after reading the book, and then going back and looking at his reference back and forth pictures and comments. And
the biggest mistake people made was ignoring what subtle means. When he said Yellowstone, that's nothing subtle.
Yeah. But what was funny is
what he avoided saying that you got to look for.
When there was one that he did at one of the book signings, and it was one of the last things he was talking about, and he was saying something to the effect of, it was an interview, and he said something to the effect of, well, that wasn't on Main Street. And I went back and found it in the mysterious writings on those sites, and I looked it up. It is an actual thing. He was saying something about Main Street, and that there was a fire. Remember that? And so it was like, what is he talking about? And it was like the last weeks before, probably the last month or so before the end of it.
Yeah.
You remember him having those conversations? And I recall something about him saying, and so I was really interested when I heard about that, because the middle of town is where I was at. You were still going up the hill. You went to the church and spent time up at the church. So I was really curious. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like there are people come by here every day. And there wasn't really many places to hide, and you can't get a shovel out and dig up the whole place.
No, but you do have the right to move around in that valley and pick up wood and do all the things on open land, because it's all trusted land. So it's all fair game to actually pick up things off of it. Plus, I don't think it even that valley falls underneath the antiquities law, because it's not actually part of the United States. It's entrusted land to the United States, but it's held in trust between the Spanish and United States. Even those were handed over because Carlos Bavens was the original one that held the trust on the land there. And that was the one that came over from Spain. It's just interesting. It's kind of like the Luis Salazar. Yeah. Got it.
Yeah. And then I found all that stuff over in the Brownie Hills, the Brownie Hills and the Fairy Hills, and that's what led to the Brown Fairy. And the Brown Fairy book is written by Andrew Lang, and he has the same birthday. Andrew Lang has the same birthday as me.
Right. That's the Leo Salazar thing.
Yeah, it's synchronicity.
Well, I
OMG.
gotta go. I gotta
Yeah,
bring
okay.
some groceries in.
All right. Maybe someone else will come in. Like a little rock.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Yep. Take it easy, Rick. Yeah. Who else gonna come in? Indeed. Ah, my double blazes shirt. Two of them today. I gotta be careful when I wash it. If you get these, you gotta wash them in cool water and dry them cool, not real hot. Because they're iron on. These iron on things can't get too much heat to them. You're working, huh, Dark? Yeah. What are you working on? Can do Paul for. Oh. So yeah, Forrest Fenn rowed his boat without a paddle. He didn't have a paddle. So the row your boat thing is about life is but a dream. It's all life is a dream, part of your imagination, and some people uh, aren't in control of their imagination. They let it gone wild. Washing them inside out, cold water, hang dry. Yeah, we got to do that. Wash it. Yeah, just next time I won't put them in the dryer. Trip on work on. What else? They got the La Palma volcano going off, man. That's something to see. I was looking at some of they got live cams of the volcano, just like Hawaii, but it's over there in the Atlantic Ocean. The thing is, that island, there's a part of that island that's ready to slip off into the ocean and cause a underwater landslide that could make 1,000-foot tidal wave hit Florida and New York. It'd be devastating. It would wipe out the whole East Coast. Yeah, probably go halfway across Florida, 1,000-foot high wave. You go miles and miles and 20 miles inland or so. Melbourne, 6.0 quake this morning. Well, Dave's down there rock and rolling. Yeah. Yeah, you can get these shirts from Zazzle. I had a store credit and I think I got two shirts and I had paid $24. I think I got two shirts with a store credit and they had a discount if you put the code in. So I put the code in and got a discount and used my credit. Otherwise, it would have been 30 something, but I think they're about $17 a shirt. With a discount, it's less than the shipping. MJ Inzer, MJ Inzer. Who's that? Me, James Ensor, Belgium's famous painter. Whatever. Dig him up and shake his hand. Appreciate the man. Yeah. Hey, and there's a thing I found about John F. Kennedy, right? When John F. Kennedy was in the casket, and Jackie Kennedy asked the bodyguard told her bodyguard that she wanted to view him in his casket, and she asked for a pair of scissors. And when she opened up JFK's casket, she cut off some hair. Okay, and now we got the hair in the treasure chest that's in the jar. Is that Forrest Fenn's hair, or is that JFK's hair that he got from Jackie O? It was Peggy, really, like Jackie O's sister or something. Who knows? And so if Forrest has Jackie O's brandy bottle, did she leave him that hair sample of JFK? Nobody knows where that went. Oh, word. Okay. Anybody else coming in? Anybody else? Oh, let's see what. Oh, come on. Get that stuff off of there. Come on. Tell me how many. Oh, freaking thing. Got stuff on my screen on my computer because I increased the size. It's covering up how many you're watching. It won't let me see it. Go on here. Ooh. And then there was this on the screen. I thought, oh, yep, in the chase. 30. Okay. Does anybody else want to come in and chat? Bill, all greetings. Hey, Five Leaf, Dizzy Dean, Davey B, Richard Rutherford, Little Rock, and Little Rock, Arkansas. Is Doug Preston doing a book tour? I don't know. Probably not doing much in New Mexico. They're so strict on their mask laws and stuff. Yeah, get out of California while you can. Where they build walls to keep you from leaving. Yeah, I've got is talked to a buddy, and he's worried about things, and yeah, I guess his girlfriend ain't doing good, and he wants somebody around in case he doesn't, in case he passes on or something, and I just don't like California. It gets like 110 degrees there in the summer, and his house ain't got no air conditioning, or he does, but he doesn't use it. Okay, David, go out there and kick some red dirt. Yeah, maybe a red roo. Yeah, never been to Arkansas. Haven't been to Phoenix. but I kind of want to go there. I don't know why. Why would you want to go to Phoenix? No. Have they found that guy that they were looking for at Mr. Laundry? Yes, you have, Little Rock. Little Rock. Never been to Arkansas. I went through Arkansas. My great-great-grandfather got shot in Arkansas. Right through the left arm, left shoulder, and it came out through his right shoulder with a 58 caliber all the way through him. And general found him 3 days later, and he said, "If you give me your hand, I'll help you up, soldier." He says, "Go to hell, I'll get myself up." If you do shots, just got you. I've seen so many stories of people that there was a nurse that got the shot, and 2 days later she was dead. She didn't want to get it, but she was going to lose her job if she didn't get it, and they killed her with it. It's bullshit. It pisses me, politicians playing doctor. They didn't test that thing, whatever. There's all kinds of crap in that. Oh, yeah, just do whatever they tell you to do on TV, okay? You're not looking out for your own well-being if you do. You got to think for yourself. Don't let the news media think for you. Too many people just take whatever. Get on the train. We're taking you to a relocation camp, and you get off the train and you're marching into the ovens. Hey, oh boy. I wouldn't do them. People I know, both people, a couple, both got the shot, both got the flu, fever, the COVID. Yeah, and if you had the thing, the bug already, then you have a natural immunity. Then after that, and really all they're doing is a vaccine for the common cold, and there is no vaccine for the common cold. We all know that. Wear the armband, yeah. Called to inform us we weren't qualified. Oh. Yeah, even the VA, they say, it's this age, the oldest people first. Does anyone know if Jack will be revealing the location? Jack doesn't. Jack's got nothing to show. I mean, anybody can even beat Jack in a pissing contest. Jesus, you know, gotta come over here. Why? The hell? I moved into a bus in 2006. One of the first places I went was New York City for September 11th, 2006. Yes, so seeing Rudy Giuliani there, and it was just a big hole in the ground still then. Aloha, Whoopi. Yeah, so I lost 3 people to her streaming. She was probably one of the 3. She took 2 people with her. But anybody else want to come in and chat? I mean, there was nobody else on, and it's past 6 o'clock. Okay. And then I got a call from my friend in California. And it's almost tempting, you know, because for winter and stuff. But if things go south there, then I'd have to go take care of that property. Send her an invite. There's a link right at the top. There's a link at the top of my, it's pinned to the top of my chat. The link's right there. I had to watch her for like an hour before she put a link up. Guess Dizzy Dean isn't on. Dizzy Dean, yeah, he was number 17, died on the 17th. But so the 17th of the month might met, so unless 17 was just for Q. 17 is Q. There's no cat daddy. Okay. Whatever a cat daddy is. I have no twat waffle, that's for sure. You put rhubarb syrup on a twat waffle. Yeah, okay. 27th. I'd be around. Yeah, I'm still wearing this monitor thing, keeping track of all my heartbeats for a week. and I got to mail it in. If I went out and did any hiking, I'd sweat and the thing would come off and be a pain in the ass. So after I take this off Friday, I would go, it'd be time to get out there and go climb some rocks. Do a little exploring, get some new pictures. Kitten Academy. I've graduated. I'm at Double Blazes University now. Back to the university. And it's get that part of the shirt there. See in between the burning the candle at both ends. And there's a little heart on the woman. You know. And you see the middle fingers in the upside down U, university. But the right side up ones, you know, it's double blazes with the fingers up. You turn them upside down and they're cut cow letters, you know. It was cow letters and cats. Well, and the Texas flames, you know, with the flame stuff and everything. The same colors. Make the colors match. And nobody wants to come into the top. Shank V Valley, okay. Catch anything? Catch what? You have to bait your hook to catch something. Yeah. Even using my Double Blazes coffee mug. crabs. They got a restaurant down Key West, Krabby Dick's. Oh, you can go open one up down there now, called Krabby Twat Waffles. It's a full moon. You Blaze, yeah. Double A, Omega. If you want double Omegas, you got to have double A's too. Not just batteries. Waffle. Yeah. They do have waffles in the, but yeah, twat isn't one of the emojis. Yeah. I got some pictures of the moon the other night. I went out one night. I went outside and just stepped outside. Big old meteorite straight down in the west. It was bad. Cool. We gotta watch that volcano in La Palma. If that island slides off in the ocean and you're on the east coast of Florida or the east coast, anywhere on the east coast of the US and miles inland, you're screwed. It's divine. Full moon was Monday. Yesterday was the full moon. This is it's changing away from a full moon now. It's moving toward the new moon. Yeah. Yeah, you get a big tsunami off of the La Palma Island. The La Palma tsunami. It's huge. They say 2,000 feet. I said 1,000-foot tsunami, but they actually said 2,000 feet. It's so high it takes the rocks off the tops of the islands. It just flattens out things like Florida and all. It's divine. Big whoopee. MJ Enzer. Oh, and MJ Enzer's got hearts and kisses. Uh-oh. That sounds dangerous there. Zoom eats battery. Oh, eats your battery? I keep my phone's plugged in. I don't know where my battery's at. Let me see. 94%. Yeah, I'm doing good. I don't know. I've been on an hour or so. Oh, yay, Enzer. Oh, last few buds. Last few buds. Oh, yeah. I've still got a little bit of that hash that I got. When was that? That's Thursday. Live on the coast, you pay premium for tsunami fees. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's real estate going to be after everything's wiped out on the coast? Going to be cheap then. But once it's something like that, if La Palma slid and guys, that wouldn't happen again for thousands of years, Hash fudge. Yeah, make hash fudge. Yeah, but I think I just buy the oil or the wax and make the fudge with that. Heck with the hash is you don't get a the THC by dollar. Yeah, this stuff I have 37%. 37.54%. I've already told the solve. People don't know it. Big volcano. MJ Enzer. Hash fudge. You do? Yeah, I have a beachfront house design. What kind? Hash fudge? What are you talking? Okay. And what kind of what? You have what? What kind of what? Moonbow? Oh, moonbow. I don't know what moonbow is. I just have hash. What is this hash called? It's too small to read it. I'll turn on the light. What's it say? Temple and cow? I don't know. Tangerine haze and stardust. Okay. Is now Barb. Spencer's now Barb. Okay. Spencer's Barb. Spencer. New guy named Marty Spencer. Oh. It's like this one. I thought I didn't know I had that much left. You poured it out. It's like, wow, man, there's twice as much as I thought I had. Mandarin haze. Yeah. Good try for what? Yeah. I think this hash is just compressed keef. And it's kind of green. It looks like blonde, but it doesn't have the oily like blonde. Oh, I want to go down to some tropical beach and hang out. I'm hoping that they don't that they lift the restrictions for travel taking that cruise so that I don't have to cancel that in February. I was just looking at the plane tickets and for 400, I have to figure out how much it costs to fly to Florida versus how much the gas is to drive there. Because if I use the gas and drive there, then I can hang out and visit some other people I know in Florida before I come back. Blonde Lebanese. Yeah, you don't find many blondes in Lebanon. Just can't be sold till the fakes that propped up Jack and fence it through is successful. Jack doesn't have any access to it. He doesn't have any access. He's a self-proclaimed. He tried to claim that $10,000. That should have been mine. But no, I didn't know about nothing, the thing to send the guy the correct solution, you know? So it was like, okay, somebody offers $10,000 for the correct solution, and Jack Stoof already claimed it before I even knew about it to even try to claim it. So he stole, that was my $10,000 Jack stole. Selena, I drive personally. Can't take country in an airplane. Yeah, I like driving. There's a lot of things to see on the way to Miami from here. Just taking the RV gets like 6 miles to a gallon, and it's, you know, it's just too much. Because it's like $300 to fill it up. You go 400 miles. You're looking at like almost $1 a mile to go anywhere with it, and so to go to Florida and back is about $3,000 in gas. It's just too much, especially when a car gets like 35 miles to a gallon. No, I ain't been to Santa Fe lately. I was trying to. I'm trying to get a lunch date down there very soon. I mean, we go on tour, so the community can view it in its entirety. Yeah. Well, they need to stop doing this without notifying the freaking finder. It shouldn't be, the treasure chest should be not seen by anybody until they give it to the real freaking finder first. Playing games. Why you have to, why you have the pieces. 9mm 6-inch shot should be no 9mm. You don't need no guns. Yeah, Forrest Fenn, if he give you a word for it, you don't need no gun for him to make good. You don't need no lawyer, nothing. You take Forrest Fenn for his word. Okay, so the poor guy from Texas, it was his pickup truck. He's supposed to have money to pay a retainer on him for a lawyer too, you know? No, yeah, I don't think you have to sue for it. You have to take Forrest Fenn for his word. One shot, one. Yeah. Yeah, the Buffalo Cowboy is the only thing getting shot. Buffalo Cowboy car. Hooks and down. Yeah, I got to work on my book, and I'm wondering, it's like the ending of the book. My conclusion in the book, I'm gonna have to have two conclusions because should I be awarded my prize? Everything was great. Everybody, Forrest found lawyers he trusted, and everything went smooth, went just how he planned it, or something went terribly wrong with this, and there were people fucked up here, they fucked up there, and so it ended up in a shit show, and it just goes to show you can't trust anybody. Oh, your whole life be like that. I didn't think about other parallels to be happening with the chase either. you know, because when you're manifesting something, you're manifesting other things on the, like your boat is making progress, but you're making these water breaks behind your boat, you know. You're manifesting other things that you're not seeing it straight ahead, but things are happening on the shoreline that you've caused, you know. There's other things that will manifest because of you speeding along in your boat. What an analogy. Who's going to come in here and talk? Yeah, Enzer? Damn killers, killer whales, killer bees. I see my friend. Who we got? The end of September coming here. Hmm. Huh. Let me try that. Yeah. When I was a kid, we had killer bees. Yeah. When I was about 30 or so, I got this T-shirt, had a giant bee on it. It said "Killer Bees," and yeah, because they had come out of Mexico. I guess they came from Africa, South America, and they made their way up through Mexico into California and Texas and stuff. So there are killer bees in the southern United States. Talk Dale? What's there to talk about Dale? In situ. Dale's in situ. You can talk about that if you want. I see. I wonder what, you know. I can throw some banana peels in Dale's path. Dale called me the king of imagination. In situ. Yeah, put it in situ. It's been in. When he said I had to make 2 trips, he was made 2 trips into the lawyer's office with it. And he walked back to his car. He drove his car, drove his sedan, didn't need a truck. No, because he's parking in a parking lot. Who's that? Oh, it's someone posted a video on YouTube. I've watched some funny videos on YouTube. Yep. King of the imagination. I'm the king of imagination. Yeah, I got a crown. Dale gave me a crown. He crowned me the king of imagination. Dale went halfway voluntarily. I come in and talk. I have voluntary infos. They're still, anytime they're hiding something, they're telling a half truth or lies along with it. And the thing is, Forrest, he couldn't tell Dale the truth of what anything. He made this up to divert him so he wouldn't know what was actually happening. The whole thing was, it's all to cover up and hide what really happened. You know, that makes sense to me. It's not about the paddle or the creek. It's about looking up. Today I looked up in the sky, and what did my shadow float and disappeared because the sun has set? Just a thought. Yeah. I look up and I look and see the stars all over the place here. Moon should be up lighting things up out there. Yeah, see the moon come up about an hour after sunset. That's why it's not a full moon. It's a full moon when the sun sets at the same time the moon comes up. Shadow float by in a cloud. Yeah, I'm a there. I made a video for a memorial for my friend's daughter that died in car wreck with her boyfriend, fiance, and the father of the boy wanted me to put this song from cross Canadian ragweed band called "In a Cloud." I'm up here in a cloud, looking down. You're looking up, and I'm looking down. In those days, the private world would kill and bury the blokes who carried the treasure, and nobody could know the location. Yeah, back then, yeah. Yeah, looked up in the sky and looked up in Google, huh? No, I'm not gonna go look. The only other treasure I might go metal detecting on a beach, stuff like that. Or if I saw something that I suspected there might be something buried around here. There's a couple places I'd like to go out in the woods and metal detect, like the old gangster hangout, the old Butch Cassidy places and stuff. You know. Soon on with my. I quit taking the Lyrica. My legs aren't swelling up, and I think my heart's doing better. What are you talking about? But I'm wearing a meter, and it's probably not going to find anything. But they still probably put me on a treadmill. I just want to make sure it's working right. Oh, well, here can I go? Yeah. I was thinking of getting if I get a psychologist to come into the Zoom, and talk about why people can't let the chase go, why they won't let it go, and how because Stoof doesn't have a solution. We don't believe he's the real finder. Google Reynolds gang. Yeah. I know. Hoof. I found Albert Brown's cabin. I know where it is. I found Albert Brown's hideout. And yeah, I'd like to go metal detect Albert Brown's hideout. Caught on to the candle burning on both ends. Both ends. Have you ever noticed anything in the Gypsies illustration? Yeah, there's the campfire, the Gypsies illustration, and the campfire in the Stout-Hearted Men. They're at either end, and the other blazes are in between. And there's blazes outside of them too. But it goes from the Homer Brown to I guess it's the end of Tired and Weak, or just before the Dove and the Moon. The ending. No, there's two endings. Two endings. There's a false door. Stoof is a spoof. Yeah, he's a spoof. All right. Ooh. You gotta sneeze. Oh, man. I need something to drink. Black cherry. Yeah, this is not the ending. Yeah. You've chosen wisely. You guys were looking for the golden chest. And I chose wisely. I took the rusted chest. It had quite a patina on it of rust. Is rust a patina? You always open these sparkling water, you open them very slowly. They spew out all over the place. Indy's talking aliens. There's a reason we actually talk and listen here. Yeah. I believe 3 days for what? And let's see, let's say the 21, 22, 23, 24. 3 days. There's things that, you know, figure if I found the Buffalo Cowboy car in 2016. He did I brought it to Fenn in 17. That's when he did the hand, and then he signed the last will and all that in August of 17. And then he because he knew in the poem it said, "You got to get it from my cold dead hands. Nobody's going to have it before I die." And so even if he did sign it over to the winner in 2016, 17, then the winner still doesn't get it until after he passes away, and he knows that the person isn't, but he has in his plan that he's going to take the pills on a certain day in September, and Peggy has a certain day in October that she's going to go join him, and he knew that he was dying, and he was playing this story out with Dale, and it was all at with Dale, Cynthia, and all them. It was an act for them to cover up what he was really doing, was keeping a secret from them. Yeah. Yeah, the Buffalo Cowboy and the cowboy that punched Forrest in the face, it all has ties in together. And you know, because Jack Dempsey, he played for D's. Jack Finder, Jack and Jack Dempsey, the bell didn't ring at the fight in 1919 in Toledo, Ohio. The bell didn't ring at the Jack Dempsey fight. And Jack Dempsey's from Manassas, Colorado. And his first fights, he started his fighting career at the Holy Moses Saloon in Crete. And it's just tying all those pieces together. They left clothes in a jar, that jar with the hair in it. That jar with the hair in it. Jackie Kennedy cut some hair from JFK's head. And I'll bet you that hair in that jar came from JFK. That's not, Forrest didn't clip his hair and put it in there. He put JFK's hair in there. He got that from Jackie. He got her brandy bottle. And since he was a collector, yeah, he knew about that. I wonder how much he gave Jackie for that lock of hair. I mean, if that's JFK's hair in that jar, if that's JFK's hair in that jar of hair might be worth more than the whole box of gold. Says Forrest, Fenn, Seamus. Good night, Seamus. Yeah. Yeah, it's starting to cool off in here. 72, 58 outside. Starting to get cool for winter too. Yeah, I think if I go for a trip this winter, I think I'd just take the car and my dog. Take my Jack, huh, Jack? Jack, what are you doing? That's my flag flapping in the wind. So, anybody coming in to chat? Yoda gets high. Does Yoda get high? I think so. Yeah, I'm deciding what to do because the price of gas and this RV don't go together. and I can like drive to Florida over a weekend. I can get to a friend's place far away with my car as long as they got a place to stay when I get there. And like if I travel with my RV, I can only spend like $400 or $500 a month on gasoline to drive it around because I gotta have money to survive otherwise, and so to go 400 or 500 miles a month to get to Florida, you get there and it's like it's almost time to start driving back because it take 3 or 4 months to get there, 3 or 4 months to come back. So I gotta find some places to go visit. Yeah, life is a joke, Shank. Sometimes life's a joke. Jack Herrera. Is that what you're trying to say, Richard? Got his book. Look at this picture. Oh, man. There's a lot of stuff in there. This ancient people left this art on the rocks. That's what the chase was about, finding this stuff. And you're looking for a splintered log? Come on, give me a break. Give me a break. Oh, Florida, who's it? Me too? Me too what? Oh, you laugh at things, Enzer? Yeah. Yeah, this what other people are saying, this was so important, no, this ancient stuff people put on the rocks, that's what's special to Forrest. I see a bear asleep with some boxing gloves. There's a lot of stuff in there. You know, if I took an airbrush to it and enhanced everything I saw, you'd see more. I was saying doing that. Yeah, alternate between the raw picture and what I drew to make it even clearer. But it's already pretty damn clear, you know, so I don't like to alter them at all. But if I did, I'd have the raw versus the original, or the original versus the what you airbrush, you know, or animate the faces on them, and then they're easier to see. Dreams, margaritas, Florida, ain't it all the same? Yeah. Yeah, Florida in the 80s was nice. Florida was nice. I had fun in Florida. You know, 1999 was the best year in Florida. Yeah, it's like $400 for a round trip to Miami from Denver. And I think, let me see, calculator. Oh, I don't know how far Florida. What is it? About 1,800 miles. Clear. By 35. No. Okay. I screwed it up. I screwed up my calculator. What? By 35 times, what is it, 380? So yeah, I can drive there for about the same price and to get to see a lot of things and stop places, and that is pretty close. It is about pretty close to the same fuel price. But then when you get there, you're dependent on having to rent a car or something, and you got your own car to drive. It's better. I should change my transmission fluid soon. This hmm. Yeah, I don't like driving around. I have family around Jacksonville, and I have old friends down near Arcadia and Punta Gorda stuff, and probably other people I ain't seen in a long time that are down there. We got a friend to stop and see if I went through Tennessee and Lamar Valley in 22. Lamar Valley, where I can't remember where Lamar Valley is. That's up in New York, isn't it? Ghost in the Machine. Where's Lamar Valley? Who's going to come and talk? Yeah, live. And what are they talking on the other one, huh? We can go see. Answer some of the questions in their chat. But they're probably asking about Jack Stoof. And let's see, filters. 22 hours ago. Then, I don't see another live going because she didn't have it in as Forrest Fenn. Yeah, as far as I know, it's the only chat going. 34 minutes ago, David Paisano. But where'd he come from, you know? And I was trying to make another cartoon. Slow at it. I got several cartoons I've been working, you know. Because it takes a little while because you got to make each head and animate it, and then you got to put them all in have the background, the foreground, stuff in front of them. 12th ware plate from San Lazaro, 1661. 17th century Delaware plate from San Lazaro. Well, that's interesting. That's a video someone had on Forrest Fenn on here. But I think I've looked at all these other ones, shorter ones too. Yeah. I don't see candy on there. Oh. And then, Missy can't copy people, copying pictures from movies for her thumbnails. Jeez. Copies everybody else, but you can't copy her. When you're just trying to show, look at this person destroying their reputation live on YouTube. Northeast Yellowstone Park is what? No. Yeah, I went over that, camped at near the northeast exit over toward the Beartooth Mountains. And it's grizzlies were in the area and stuff. Still camped there in a tent. Didn't have any trouble with grizzlies. It was a girlfriend I had from Montana at the time. I can't chat in her. She might be too afraid. Lateral man things. I don't really argue. Yeah. I prefer not to argue. Oh yeah, the Lamar Valley. Yep. That's that big one. You come up over the top of the ridge and they woo! You come over from Yellowstone and you want to get up over to the Sawtooth, the Beartooth Mountains, you know, over to down into that Beartooth, is that valley? Yeah, it's huge. I lived in Billings for about 6 months, and I was servicing doing computer work and fixing flat screen TVs and stuff from like Cody to Sheridan and Lame Deer and Agency and up north, all over that part of Montana, and had to fix a computer in Yellowstone National Park once. One of the rangers. And like if you have a service call that to service a ranger's computer, and you show that at the gate, and you don't have to pay to go in. Yeah, I'm doing a service call for one of your rangers. So I went to fix his computer, and then I was out of the Teton side of the park. Then I went across this road that goes between Yellowstone and Tetons, straight over into Idaho. Driving a bus, pulling my car behind it. Who only hears their ideas on air. I'm probably too boring. I know the indie game. That's widen the infinity on topics. Well, they running out. The Forrest Fenn topics running out. Everybody tired of the. They know Stoof is a spoof, and until it's, they're told what the real solution was. Oh, did somebody just come on? Eh, eh. The whole thing just refreshed. The page just refreshed. Filter. No, nothing on there. Here's the idea on air. Yeah, I stopped by Lewis Falls. It's on the south when you're heading toward the exit for going down toward Grand Tetons. And have they got that guy that yet? That Mr. Laundry? That's so ridiculous. The guy's name, even, just ridiculous. They're still searching for him. So 6 hours ago, they found his car. Oh, and so it's that same vehicle he was stopped in. Left a note in his car. The note written by police asked for the car to be removed. However, the family decided to leave the vehicle there until Thursday, September 16th, hoping to be returned to it. Officials are still looking for Laundry, who's been missing since September 14th. His family told Northport police. So the 14th, so he's been gone a week. He could be anywhere in the country in a week. All he has to do is grow some hair. Nobody recognize him. um, so he's somewhere around in Florida. And they haven't said what her cause of was, what killed her. Found. Oh, she died from homicide. The coroner said she died from homicide. So now he's in bigger trouble. Include Utah or Wyoming, and then other fucking shit. Okay, not yet. Treasure Warriors. Treasure Warriors. Oh, they're live. If Forrest wanted to die, or he buried a specific spot. Why didn't his family listen to his wishes? He died in front of his wooden Moses. He had the replica of what was out there was in his office right there at home. The fake Blaze was wooden Moses. Fell over and his hand broke off and glued it back on. The weather did it. It was done by the elements broke the Blaze. Yeah, the wind blew Moses over and his hand broke off and Forrest glued it back on. The Blaze was broken. Yeah. They are not good at deception. We know this. We are waiting for this witness coincidences, consequences of their lies. Yeah, we're waiting. Azure Blue. Dr. Frisian died the same day as Forrest. Maybe Swaparo. Swaparo. Some think that it wasn't really Forrest and Peggy. They were, yeah. And was that JFK's hair? And why does he have? Why is like JFK's hair and that Sloane's diamond all part of his collection? You know. Yeah, Azure, Dr. Frisian. Sniff, 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 hum. Yeah, it smells something. What are you sniffing at? Jack, come here. Bill farted. Cow heart? Beef heart? Beef farted? Beef heart. 22 watching. Man. You know, I'm looking at you know, some of the other things here on YouTube. You know, there's like a girl pouring alcohol down another girl's throat. I tell you what, drinking like that ain't good for you. it ain't good for your body and it ain't good for your mind. Yeah. Uh, why they put it as all, you know, YouTube, if it's got skin on it, put it up front. I mean, they all want to see the skin. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm sure you like Lamar Valley, but I don't think that Yellowstone was any part of it. It was down here. Leo Salazar showed him where the Blaze was. I need another haircut. Just get it straightened up. On a link to Jersey Shore. Who's Michael Jackson? Where's Michael Jackson in the chat? Michael Jackson Inzer. Okay. That's Michael Jackson. Okay. I get it. I wonder how many kids will do this up as Forrest. I already got Mike. I got the elephant mask. I got my double blazy shirts. We're working at Chuck E. Cheese. Oh, man. I'm not taking my pills that help with pain and arthritis and stuff. So, but I'm doing okay. I take my collagen that helps lubricate the joints. It doesn't lubricate the pipe though. You go down here and take a. Yeah. Good morning. Oh, it's 9 o'clock at night. Yeah. I tried to do the Mammoth Mondays, and when I did, what happened? I think it was Cal and K-Pro decided they were gonna do their Monday thing, and then as soon as they pushed me out of there, then yeah. I used to live on the north side of Sloan Lake, Wolf Street. Yeah, Sloan. Yeah. I lived up in not far from where Eric Sloan lived, up near Bennington, Vermont, or not Bennington, Burlington. Up in lived in Bristol, Vermont, for about 2 or 3 months. Was house sitting. Okay, when you're house sitting somebody's house in winter, ask them all about the what pipes are protected from drain for winter and stuff. Or maybe that apartment you have over the garage, maybe you should drain that before winter so we don't have a problem with it, because we didn't know the little technical things about this house. So it was house sitting, and the power went out. Somebody hit a telephone pole. The power went out for like 8 hours, and so it was freezing cold. And they had a propane heater in this apartment thing over the garage, except the propane heater needed electricity for the thermostat on it to work. And if the thermostat didn't work, then it didn't heat it, and the toilet froze and cracked and made a big terrible mess. Water free, But if you're just the house sitter, and nobody showed you, or you gone over if you're house sitting something in winter, make sure that they gone over their winterizing their pipes. Had their plumber come through, and things that you don't need to use, shut those pipes off. Because the main part of the house was fine, was heated with the wood stove, and so nothing froze there. But stuff that went over the little passage over to the garage behind the house, that got frozen. Yeah. So it's like you didn't know. You're in big trouble because you didn't know this. It is like, how was I supposed to know that? You see a canopy of stars right here. See different lake, hidden lake. Sloan, Sheridan, a dog's place in Edgewater. Used to live in Edgewater, Florida. Hanging Lake, Colorado. Hanging Lake, Colorado. Yeah, they had big rock slide near Hanging Lake just a month ago. Yeah, I used to live down in Orlando. I worked for Time Warner, designing fiber optic networks and stuff. And, I mostly did splicing and keeping track of the network map of where all the fiber cables went. It's like 11,000 miles of fiber. Hey, I gotta close the door. Get the bugs coming in. Right, Jack? There. There. Close the fourth time. Under the canopy of stars. Trample hovers hanging lake. Is it now? Yeah. Yeah, and they want to know who's going, you know, because if they have a big flood disaster thing, they want to know who's up there, how many bodies they're looking for. Thanks. It's been on my flagpole for a month or so. I just had a bigger one I put on it. Yeah. I go up this Tucker Ponds. It's like 9,500 feet, and then there's Alberta Park Reservoir, right? And that's why he wanted Canada on a map, because this reservoir called Alberta at 10,200 feet. And Alberta means noble and bright. There's a title. A noble is a title. You have a noble title, and bright means wise, or it's bright is also a blaze is bright. A bright shining blaze. So a title to the blaze. It's a title and a blaze. That's my Alan Parsons at. Some other place, some other time. That's Hanging Lake was one. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been through that part of Colorado for a long time. Yeah, even when I I think early 2016, I went through. What was the last time I went through Hanging Lake, past Hanging Lake and Glenwood Canyon? I came down from Leadville, went through Salida up to Leadville, and then it drops into I think Avon, below Vale. You don't even go over Vale Pass or the Eisenhower Tunnel. You can go from Pueblo through Salida, and it's practically downhill. Coming off of above the Royal Gorge down the and then it's just slowly uphill all the way past Leadville, and then you're at the sun, and you drop down in the Vale. So you can practically go Pueblo US 50 going west from Pueblo through Salida up to Leadville, down into Avon, and there's no uphill, practically no uphill going that route across the Rocky Mountains. Yeah, Frisco's cool. Silverthorne, Breckenridge. Yeah, I was thinking if I had the treasure, it'd be nice to live in one of those little mountain communities, but the altitude's a little too high, and I need a little more oxygen than what's up there. Yeah. I used to live up near Frisco in Dillon. I was renting a room in Dillon. I was paying $400 a month for a room in a house. And I guess they had place in Switzerland, place in New York. Important profit, increasing. Yep. Yeah. Donald Stevens. Who dug you up, Donald? Who dug up Donald Stevens? I think Donald knows what I'm talking about. He was a friend of Forrest Fenn's. Yeah, and yeah, I was trying to get Donald Stevens' attention about the pyramid I found and stuff. That, hey Donald, since since Donald is here from the other side, he's crossed over and he's come back to visit us in chat. Maybe Forrest Fenn will get in the chat too. We can get Forrest Fenn in here and maybe Elvis, right, Donald? You get them into the chat, Donald. They're up there with you, right? Who's that? Am I thinking of Harold Stevens? Which one is he? Yeah, I'm thinking of Harold Stevens. Sorry, Donald. Is Harold your brother? Yeah, Harold Stevens passed away. Yeah, Donald Stevens. You relate to Harold Stevens? Really? He worked for the same people Forrest worked for, I think. He was flew in some airplanes too, I believe. Lived down. My uncle lived down there in Thai. My uncle died down there in Thailand too. Same place. He was teaching. My uncle was teaching English to the what are the guys? The monks, the Buddhist monks. Yeah, yeah. I was thinking of Harold Stevens. Payroll. Yeah, he's on the payroll. Yeah, Forrest on the same payroll. Yeah, my uncle that lived down there though. He during the Korean War, he flew in a P-2 or off the coast of China, spying on China. Listening, he was but my uncle was a pilot. My dad was a radio man, but since he was on the swim team, he mostly had duty in the U.S. You can channel Elvis. Cool. You know, we need to get I need to past life regression to see if I was Forrest Fenn in a past life, and so I can know what all of the answers are. Exactly. Because you got to be able to dig it out of your subconscious. It's buried in there somewhere. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I stopped by Elvis Presley's grave and looked down at it, and people were looking at me like I came out of there. Look, it's him, Elvis. He's come back. He's over there. So I think I I was like 40 years old when I stopped by Elvis's grave. So I was close to the age he was when he passed away. So that same size and all that, you know. Well, one, yes, we're all part of the universe. Like the wave is part of the ocean. Old man delivered ammo to the front lines in Korea War. Bootleg liquor in ammo boxes is a side gig. Liquor goes with everything. You said, "Thank you very much. Thank you very much." My grandfather during the Depression, he lived in southeastern Ohio near Weirton and stuff, and he would drive a truck down to Florida, get bananas, and then he'd bring the bananas up, and he dropped some bananas off where they make moonshine, and then they put the moonshine in the truck, and they cover the moonshine with the bananas, and then they deliver the moonshine and the rest of the bananas to Ohio. So yeah, my grandfather used to run moonshine on a banana truck. uh, yeah, went through Elvis's place. I heard they sold um, the Playboy Mansion in L.A. got sold too. Somebody. What's the comment? Yeah. You don't have to say this line. But are you not? No. Something going on with my there. Banana moonshine would be out. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'd like to try some of that banana moonshine. I think Fendi's got a still in the backyard. He can make some. Which surgery? Which surgery did I have, Donald? Which surgery are you talking about, Donald? The reverse? Grab all the banana moonshine. Yeah, grab the banana moonshine. Drink that stuff. Oh, my nose. Oh, my sinuses are doing a lot better. I can breathe through them. I don't see the nose doctor anymore. But I think right before I had the sinus, I think I had that whatever bug in April of 2019. Yeah. Somebody thought I was talking about places somewhere else and not in Colorado. Chong. You sell weed as an ice cream truck. You Uncle Chong? Tommy? Yeah, my buddy Tommy. I got his grinder here. Chong's Choice. Yeah. Yeah, I remember going to those movies when yeah, we went and saw Up in Smoke at the drive-in. You know why you go see Up in Smoke at the drive-in, right? So you can fill the car with smoke. Bananas don't ferment well. They got a lot of sugar in them, they seem. Yeah, maybe just got to add some sugar to it. Or, yeah. You got to add the other stuff. Add the banana flavor in it. There you get your money back, Bill. We get what money back? For what? Oh, no, they never gave me that money. Disappeared from my wallet. No. Up in Smoke, yeah, they stole it. I couldn't believe it. And I thought about leaving it in the car, and I thought, no, they're okay, it's gonna be okay in my wallet. Took money out of my wallet. We're going for surgery. Don't bring any cash in. I'll bring in only what you need to go. Leave the rest of the shit locked up in your glove box in your car or at home. um, yeah. Up in Smoke. My eyes are gooey. Oh, I had late breakfast, late dinner. I ain't had dinner yet. Getting hungry. Yeah, they stripped me off. And Jack wants in. Jack's always here. He doesn't leave me alone one day. There ain't one day go by I don't see Jack. It's gonna be tough when I go to Florida and go on the cruise. Gotta leave Jack somewhere. I think I know where to leave him. I got a friend that take care of him while I go on the cruise. Come on, buddy. Come on, Jack. Come on, come on. Stand there and play games with me. I hold the door for you. You silly dog. Jake. Yeah, and I leveled my RV, so my chair's not sliding into the corner anymore. It was sliding over here. This is tilt in the chair, side to side. I don't think that cheapy chair I bought from China, or it looked like a real good deal, but they don't ever send it. They don't actually send it. Huh. Reconnect. Oh, they've. Yeah. They're messing with my internet connection. I have to reconnect my VPN. Uh, so them some bitches, yeah. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. We did play. Did I play that the other time? I played it for Jason, I think. Right. Um, cheapy chair from China. That sounds like you get what you pay for. No, I get my money back because I paid with PayPal. $29, like a gaming chair. It's like, yeah, okay. And the tracking number never gets any further than Shanghai. Well, it's for dinner. Spaghetti. You got to finish this spaghetti. Well, it's when I went to buy the spaghetti noodles, I picked up fettuccine noodles. So they're spaghetti with fettuccine noodles. Donald Stevens. Donald. No, that's Darren Stevens. Is your wife a witch? uh, yeah, spaghetti. If I ever get what, yeah, I'm about to. The stuff was last post. Well, the one thing they gave a tracking number, and then they had an error, and then they had a new tracking number, and with a new thing, then all they've done is ordered the label. They ain't brought it to the post. The shipper doesn't have it, and it's been 2 or 3 weeks. It's like, okay, you've had enough time to get it tracking. The chair shows that it's gone here and there and there and there, but it's still in freaking China, and it's gone like 6 places in China, and hasn't shown up over here. And the other thing, both items are too big for the post office to. The chair, I don't think the post office delivers boxes at the size that would have that chair in it, or the other thing was way too heavy for the post office. They wouldn't deliver it to be freight. But if they did ship that stuff for $40, it'd been great. She's a witch. Oh, she is a witch. If I had a witch, she'd just twinkle her nose and dinner'd be done. Oh, yeah, I can hear that flag in the wind at night. I'm sleeping. What's that? Oh, it's the flag flapping in the wind. That's how quiet it is here. You hear the airliners come way over. Flame on. Yeah, everybody, all the stuff about the double omegas, and I never heard anybody question about the alphas. Where do you begin? Where do you begin? Where warm waters halt? Oh, the alphas. Warm waters. Warm and waters have A's in them. WA to Washington. No. Aren't they all? Yeah. Four cards and Joker. The Joker, you want to have it in your pile and nobody get a hold of it. That one game Cabo, it's like you might have the perfect card in your stack. You throw a king out, or somebody throws a king out. Somebody can take your perfect card and trade it for some junk card they have. Yeah, it's if they throw a black king out. Maybe it's any king. I don't know. I have to look at the rules again. But I'd like to. I was looking for a video showing how people play that game using regular cards and not the children's version of the game. It's completely different. I like quiet, easy going way. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen things in the sky that I can't explain. I've seen one that turned the whole sky red. Why'd the sky just flash red for like 2 seconds? Yeah. Yeah, I got a picture of me under the one at the Roswell Museum with the aliens. Yeah, I got a picture of one out here. I showed it. I got a picture. I was on third phase moon with one at the John Glenn Space Shuttle launch. And I got a picture of a UFO out in front of the space shuttle. I invented Elon Musk. No. Oh, ET. Yeah, it's like 83, 82, 83. ET phone home. It's like remember them brick telephones? The cell phone? You're old if you had a brick telephone. That was like 1989. They had the brick telephone. And then about 96, that's when I was living in Dillon. And I worked for AT&T, and they just come out with the Star Trek phone, Star Tech. It was similar to it was the Motorola flip phone. That was like one of the first flip phones. I was working at the AT&T wireless store in Frisco. 1986. Yeah, I like to hear Forrest Fenn's UFO stories. Yeah, with Forrest Fenn, see, yeah. He was actually probably saved by UFOs. All right, John, my buddy John, he's pretty good. Yeah. Spotting UFO. They had that Stephen Greer had a thing out here, I think at the UFO Watchtower one day. He had a meeting thing stuff, but you can see him from here. I've seen lights. Look, I was right at the base of Mount Blanca, and there were lights flashing all over around the base of Mount Blanca near the middle center, looking up, and it's like they're miles apart. In no way it was one. You know, it was like weird, very weird, and I couldn't get my camera on it fast enough. Turned on, you know, had to get my camera, get the memory card. You got to be ready to go when you see that shit. I had a friend in New Hampshire when I lived in Keene, New Hampshire, and one of the roommates he claimed to have a UFO. His name was John Smith. His name really was John Smith. Most common name John, and Smith the most common last name. The stars here are great because there's no lights around. I've got pictures of the stars, and it's just like the sky is full of stars. Oscar the Grouch. Oh yeah. Where'd that go? There it is. Good stuff. Yeah, I heard. You know, Forrest didn't. He seemed to be dropping a lot of bombs, and we. I don't think we did. Did we hear of any dogfights he had, or did he have to lose any enemy fighters after him? Yeah. Yeah, we never heard any stories of Forrest having to fight off MiGs and. He might have made some more technical maneuvers if he discussed a dogfight with a MiG. Just beef jerky, no buffalo. They charge too much for that shit. And these are like 10 ounces, $10. Winter's chicken dinner. Mm-hmm. There's one thing down in Florida, you find alligator served more places. Cheaper than none. Mom, moan. Mm. Yeah, not a lot. Not a lot going on here. I have to go in town tomorrow. Fill up my propane. Empty. I have an empty propane bottle filled. Fill up a 5-gallon gas can for my generator. Last time I filled it up was like 3 or 4 months ago. Well, I had brought my Model F100 with me when I went to the 2017 Fenn, and Forrest told me all about it. Yeah, a lot of people would go and talk to him, ask him questions about the treasure. And the key was only asking about other things. You only ask about the treasure, and he'll give you a hint about the treasure. Sound jerky. Been making sound jerky for 20 years? Wow. But is it $1 an ounce? When I was a kid, we were visiting my uncle in Los Angeles, Pasadena. And I walked down to the grocery store. It was down the hill and probably about 6 blocks from my uncle's house. Walked down there and they had the watermelons. It said one penny a pound. And I got a 14-pound watermelon for 14 cents. And brought it home and shared it with the whole family. Ah, huh. Okay. Yeah, I bet. I had some alligator sausage once. It is. They take alligator meat and the pork and they grind it to get, so they make sausage. I made spaghetti, alligator meat, alligator sausage spaghetti with it. Man, it was good. I used to get they had alligator. You can get alligator at the House of Blues in the restaurant House of Blues, and it comes with this orange marmalade dip. Yeah, man, it was good. Thanks, Donald. Well, I get Donald Stevens is really Donald Trump. I'm kidding. Night, hoof-hearted. Ah, crispy jerky. Is it hard? Like Colonel Sanders crispy? They have Rice Krispies marijuana treats, you know? Oh, like potato chips. Okay. Salted and white. Yeah. Oh, I lived in Bay Area in San Francisco, Bay Area, Fremont. And they had these salt ponds around the bay. And when the high tide was high, they let water into it. And they closed the gates on the pond. And then they let the sun dry that, evaporate the water in those ponds until it's just salt. And they got a machine they drive through that harvests salt. They had a pile of salt at least 200 feet high. It was a huge pile of salt. You don't see it. It's mostly gone, I think. And then they had CNH sugar. They had a pile of sugar like that. Outside, big pile of sugar. Baking with Cheech and Chong. Yeah. Yeah, I got to learn to make my own gummies. They got the gummy treats here. Mm. Little gummy treat. Mm. Because it's a lot better for your lungs to eat the gummies. Oh, yeah, Donald. My sister booked the bands at the bodega. I used to go to the Rock Bottom Brewery in the Prune Yard. I like they have a garlic stuffed yeah, Thornton Avenue. Yeah, Thornton. Yeah, I lived on Blaco Road, 40772 Blaco Road. And if you go by there, it's the newest house on the block. Yeah, I went to Irvington. We used to race against Campbell High School. Our drag racing team, Irvington versus Campbell. Yeah, I used to live over there off of was it Bascom near 280 Bascom. Oh, yeah. Yeah, before it was Rock Bottom, it was some disco like bar. I had met a girlfriend there in 1987. That's where I met, yeah. It was like a second floor to Rock Bottom. There was a top floor with a bar. Rock Bottom Brewery's in the bottom floor, I think, and there was a bar upstairs. Yeah. Yeah, I lived on Francisco Avenue off of near Bascom. So we used to go to Los Gatos, up to the park in Los Gatos. We go up there and trip. We were running through the park in the fog, tripping, and I ran running through the fog, loaded as hell, and trip over a couple that were having sex in the middle of the park because you couldn't see them because of the fog. Oh, sorry, just tripping. Boswell's bar. But oh yeah, yep. That was across the street, right? With the phones. And there was that other rock and roll club. And for a little while, the Bodega had their Blue Moon bar right there. Black watching legacy. Yeah, hey, you got linoleum dicks out there too, right? Remember this advertisements for linoleum dicks. Come on down to linoleum dicks. Yeah, I remember riding the donkeys at Frontier Village, riding a stagecoach. That's the only place I rode a stagecoach, Frontier Village. Yeah. They went and seen Herb Alpert and Tijuana Brass up at Circle Star Theater, March 31st, 1966. The whipped cream tour. Used to go to the KFRC, the walkathon. The state at the county fair in San Jose. We rode our bikes down there from Fremont. Yeah, the bar up in Los Gatos. Is that where Boswell's was? I think I came out of that one in Los Gatos. Greg Kinn was playing, and I come out of there and went down the intersection. I'm crossing this. I'm alone, but there's other people crossing. The street. And somebody some guy in the car yelled something at some guy in the crosswalk. All of a sudden, these guys in the car and the guys in the car are in a brawl, and I have nothing to do with any of them. And somebody's about to throw a punch at me. They go, man, there's cops right over there. They got back in their car. The other guys ran. It was over that quick. All you had to do was suggest the police were there. Yeah, Circle Star's gone. Yeah. So Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass. It was my birthday. It was Herb Alpert's birthday, and it was my mother's birthday. I went with me and my mother went on our birthday to see Herb on his birthday. Oh, Charles. Yeah, Mission Peak. I poured my dad's ashes out up on Mission Peak above Fremont. He used to live in a warehouse next door to MC Hammer's studio where they recorded Can't Touch This. I was on the backside, the white wall behind him dancing on that stage. I was right on the other side of that wall. I was in the next room. Long gone. Yeah. Yeah. In the Oakland Coliseum, the old indoor one, they tore that down too, didn't they? Build a new one. That's where I saw Sticks in the Cars, 1978. How the old Leonard Skinner. But Longolas, Los Gatos. Okay. Los Gatos. Yeah. The top real estate agent in Los Gatos is Bill Gorman. You look it up. Yeah. Yeah, we go tubing on that lake in above Los Gatos. It's the one was always dry. But back in 82, we'd go tubing on that lake. Where's that? Not Charles. I ain't heard of that. Yeah, and they had the Hidden Valley Ranch, Fremont. They used to go to the Niles Canyon and the rail there. Yeah, my sister would book the bands at the bodega and stuff, and so she put me. She put me on the guest list, bill plus one, and I'd find somebody outside. I'd tell them, I'll get you in if you buy me 2 drinks. You buy me 2 drinks, you get in. I get you in for free. So, well, I guess about had enough. There's probably somebody else streaming I can go watch. I sit here and talk to myself too much. I love my shirt, double blazes shirts, man. It's gonna be a hot thing. Talk to somebody, see if I get somebody to print them, do the selling of them. All right, take it easy, everybody. See you, Don.